Welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about, some keys to a successful pig farming. You know, so if you haven't liked our videos or shared them, please do so, so that we can get to the 2,000 subscribers. So, for the keys to there are some things that if you want to start a successful pig farm, a lot of people need to know. The one main key is your structure, how much you spend on it. Sometimes people consider other people in different countries, the way that they build their structure, and then they want to build the exact same way wherever that they are, without considering the cost. So let's take this for instance. So let's say somebody in the cold weather somewhere in the UK, US, it gets cold all the time. Whenever they build their structure, they have to build this cooling and heating system sometimes in those bigger companies. But somewhere like in Africa, you probably don't need those things. So most people, I would say, don't worry yourself with setting up a really huge structure, and put fancy stuff in them. Especially, let's say, if you have less than 200 pigs, and then that you are starting with, you don't really need sometimes, like the structure that you even see in Africa, most of them, you don't even need that. You can start small, with a simple structure. Then as time goes on, then when you see your profit coming, then you begin to expand and build a really strong or expensive one, or whichever one you want to do, so that you can concentrate all your money into growing your business. And the other one is the genetics of the pigs that you get. Usually that's one thing that is very important, but we don't consider that mostly in Africa, because when people want to start a pig farm, they just want to start it. So they just want to go buy some pigs, come put them in their pen and start, without considering, doing their research about what types of pigs are available in the system and their genetics, like how fast do they grow, and the meat that you can get from them, the quality of the meat that you can get from them, those things. So this one is very important. So if you're going to want to start a pig farm, you might want to go to the main source, like the quality people who are doing it right and they know what they are doing, and ask them about like a quality pig that you can use to start yours. Something like a pure large white, a pure like a landrace, a pure Duroc. Even if you're going to get the local ones, try as much as possible to get a hybrid with like a Duroc and the local one, or like a landrace and local one. If that's what you can afford, so that you don't spend too much money feeding these pigs, and then their growth is very slow. Because some of these local pigs, they can take up to about a year to 2 years to grow, to even get to about 40 kilos or something. But something like a pure large white, you are for sure that about like 6 months, if you feed it right, you will get about anywhere from 80 kilos to about 100 kilos and above, going within 6 to 7 months. And then the other thing too is about the feeding. The feeding, this one is a lot of questions about it all the time, because people contact me like they want to know the feeding that we are feeding our pigs. But people don't consider the location that they are, like what is available for them. Some people on different farms, we do the feeding based on what is available, or we do the feeding to kind of treat something or to catch up with something. Let's say you have some pigs that you see that they are not growing really well. Sometimes we switch the feed out, to kind of help them out. So the feed is always like varying, and it's also depend on the availability of the materials that you have. Some places don't have like cauliflower and those other like soya bean and groundnut or rice, corn. So whatever you have available in your area, just sit down, and plan with a nutritionist, somebody who has done this before, you know, and so that they can consider all the materials that are available in your area to prepare a quality pig feed for you. I can give you my formula, but you don't know the quality, the pigs that I have, the genetics of them. You might have a different types of it, and they might need a different type of nutritional need. So, you just have to consult people if you really want to be successful in this thing. Like, it's not a joke. You don't want to put a lot of money in this thing, and then later on your pigs are not growing, they are getting sick all the time or dying. So just be very, very careful when it comes to feeding, and consult people who are already doing it. And when you consult them, ask for the kind of breed that they have, the reason why they are using that feed, because you have to know why. That is one thing about this business. Whatever question you ask people, ask them, why are you doing this? So that you know the reasons behind it. Don't just blindly copy people. The other thing is a proper housekeeping or house boundary, like how you keep your place, finding the right manager and all those things. At least you need to know something about what you are trying to get into, and that is you yourself learning more online, taking classes. Like, you don't really have to take paid classes, but you can make it a point to at least visit social media, get into some pig farming groups, and learn more from them. Because so many times, people want to start this, but then they don't do their research, and know how I can keep pigs clean, how I can keep them from getting sick, where can I sort the good ones out. So you have to become a student of what you are trying to do. Or if you don't want to do that, find a good manager, somebody who's going to manage your farm, and let them do this thing for you. Then make sure you take that person into some training course, and also I would say that at least about 20% of the knowledge you should learn for yourself, so that you know what they are doing. If they are not doing it right, you at least have an idea about what is going on. And the other thing is proper biosecurity. Biosecurity doesn't mean that you have to like fence the whole place and prevent anybody from coming in there and all those things, but you have to keep your place clean. When somebody comes to visit, make sure they clean their hands, they wash their foot. At least if they're going to touch something, make sure they do all those things. They clean themselves before they go into your pig pen. And if you are going in there, make sure you wash your hands, you wash your foot. If there is some cold going on around, put on some face masks. Go to your farm, and at least on the minimum once a month, spray your farm with disinfectant, so that there will not be any bacteria and all those things laying around to cause you trouble. Because after you put so much money in it, then let's say a drug that cost maybe like 50 Ghana cedis, or let's say maybe like $10, come and wipe out your whole farm, of about maybe 50,000 Ghana plus to about 100,000, or maybe like $10,000 or something. When you could have spent only 10 cedis or $10 to buy this disinfectant to clean your whole pen. So just stay focused on this thing if you're trying to do them. Don't lose hope in them, because it takes a long time before a lot of people who are like a startup, it takes a long time before you get a hand on this pig farming thing. But the most important thing is just become a student of what you are doing. Always learn, keep asking questions. Don't take other pig farmers as your competitors. Just learn from them. Call one person. If they don't want to answer, you call a different person. Eventually you find somebody who answer your questions for you to understand the proper things you need to do to grow your farm. Thank you guys for listening and always watching our video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to talk with us, you can click the button below, and then I will go through with you on this proper pig farming techniques. And if you want to order some pigs from us too, you can also do that. On our farm, that's what we've been trying to do, heading towards a quality genetics of pigs. It took us a long time to learn those things, but now I do know what we need to do, and we are always still learning. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.